I've got something I want to show y'all. This is two different kinds of breads. Okay, everybody will recognize the King Hawaiian sweet rolls. They're delicious. Most folk eat them probably. You know, I used to use them a lot for cutting them open and making sliders with them. And then here's some homemade biscuits that I regretfully say got pushed in the kind of middle part of the refrigerator, and I forgot about them. And I meant to make some cornbread dressing with them because I use biscuits and cornbread in my homemade cornbread dressing. But I forgot about them because they were pushed kind of to the middle part of the refrigerator. But you see the mold on them, right? I want y'all to see that. You know, I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to get rid of it. But there's the mold because, is that on my finger? Because I forgot them in the refrigerator. And they've honestly probably been in my refrigerator now for, I'd say about 2 weeks. And I really, you know, it would have been nice if I hadn't forgot about them. But I'm showing you something. Say 2 weeks in the refrigerator. Those are homemade biscuits. All right, I make my biscuits homemade. Now, for convenience, which is something we've got to quit doing, and a lot of times, a lot of us have cut back on convenience because we've gotten smart. For convenience, I would buy the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. Okay, let me show you something that I just noticed whenever I took them out of the refrigerator. Do you see that? Does it look like anything's wrong with them at all? Do you see any mold on this whatsoever? None. And they have been in this bag here, not completely closed either, for at least a month in my refrigerator. Because that's about the time I remember the last set I had was about, a month ago in my refrigerator. Now look, this is store-bought, might as well say processed. This is homemade from my very own kitchen. Maybe 2 weeks old in the refrigerator. Can y'all put together what I'm trying to tell you? You see, when something's natural, it's going to have a kind of a decaying effect to it, right? Whenever it starts to get old, and it kind of gets old and moldy when your food is. When it, more so when it's natural or it's close to natural, it's supposed to do that. It's called decaying. All right, you come over here. Now, this is my kitchen. Homemade biscuits. Just like a few ingredients. You come to these Hawaiian rolls, and I swear I ain't going to buy no more. I'm not going to do it. Because these should have the same mold on it that these biscuits have on it. And these have been in my refrigerator, not closed, for at least a month. Because I'm cleaning out my refrigerator. Now, let's see what the ingredients are on the back of this label. Okay, I know it looks kind of blurred. I don't know what my camera's doing. There we go, that's better. Now let's look at all those ingredients. And I'll be honest with y'all, I don't know what in the world a handful of them are. You see all them ingredients. Now, I'm not only bringing this to y'all's attention, I'm bringing it to my attention too. So there are preservatives in this, of course, and we all know they put preservatives in them, right? But it's unnatural to be able to find these rolls in my refrigerator that are at least a month old compared to my homemade biscuits that's been in my refrigerator for half the time with natural decay on the biscuits, nothing on the rolls. Now, you got to think about something. When you put these foods in your tummy, this homemade biscuit is going to break down and digest a lot easier. You know why? Because there ain't no preservatives. How I make my biscuits is I use my flour, I use my grass-fed beef grass-fed butter. I use a little bit of salt, some milk, and what else? Oh, a little bit of baking powder to make them rise. And that's it. Flour, butter, baking powder, milk, and that's it. It's a little bit of salt. So this will break down in your tummy a lot easier than that. That is what will give you more digestive issues and problems and hurt you than this. What, 5 ingredients compared to how many there are on that package? Yeah. So I've learned a very well lesson. Being busy, working on a farm, whatever you're doing, this is convenience food. That's convenience food. This is what I do 90% of the time. I make homemade food. It's not convenient, but it doesn't take too much longer to do this than that, okay? I know this looks kind of gross to some of you. It's just a natural process, mold on bread. Biscuits is a form of bread. But you need to start thinking, what are you putting in your tummy? No, we won't eat this for nothing because it's, it's molded. But my video has a point to it. This is decaying naturally. That ain't. And I don't really know when it would. Okay? So I'm just trying to make y'all think here. Just trying to make you think. Let's all stop buying this mess right here. Let's all stop buying this. This convenience processed hoo-ha. Let's just stop. And go to 100% of homemade foods. I'm working on that myself. Like I said, I do about 90% of foods, around here. We don't eat out. And this is me and my husband and Young'em. This is what we don't eat out. He's a trucker. He doesn't get stuff from the truck stops. He always prepares him a meal, and he always takes it with him because we haven't done this for years now. We stopped eating out and stopped buying all that crap. And I'm easing all this other processed crap out of our homes. So this is just a call to awareness on this processed bread sweet rolls and the breakdown thereof compared to homemade. Alright. Y'all have a fine day. Shalom from Hill'Top Hollar, y'all. Halal'YAHUAH.